Alright, so check this out, guys. Before this video gets started, I do want to mention that we just dropped some more of our most popular hat, the all black with the brown leather patch. These suckers are super fire. And also, if you want to just acquire you some hat hair, protect your eyes from the skies and just pop it on your hair and just act like you don't care, be sure to visit goonzquad.com and help support your boys. But as right now, let's get to the video. Angry man. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are here at the original Goon Squad garage, and as you guys seen in the previous video, we finally brought in this hidden gem right here, which was hidden up at the new Goon Squad headquarters, and you got that sucker repaired to OEM spec off camera. But you know what? When we brought it here, we went absolute ham, and we threw on a long arm rough country lift kit and also some nice wheels and tires, and this thing just transformed before our very eyes. Just looks super mean. Just makes me want to wheel this thing every second that we're working on it,
dude,
man.
Honestly, I just want to hop in it, take the top off, and take it down the road, dude.
But that's right around the corner, because that's exactly what we're gonna work on today, is just this Jeep right here, because we were planning on working on the shop, but you know what, we're looking at the weather, and I think the best thing to do is probably schedule it for next week. That way we could just have a couple consecutive videos. That way it makes sense, and that way you guys can see progress in a row, basically.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely, because rain is coming right around the corner. I think we got 1 day, so we kind of want to speed this process up and try to get this thing possibly even painted, dude.
Dude, that would be super sweet, but the main goal is to try to get this suspension 100% complete, and we don't got that much more, so that should be pretty quick. Then after that, we're going to try to get this thing completely sanded and possibly inside of a paint booth tonight. Possibly, because the next step is to try to get it running as well. We can't forget that this thing doesn't run. It'll just crank over, but it won't stay running, dude. We know exactly what this thing needs in order to get it running, but we'll work on that a little bit later. And also, we finally got a message that our parts for the TRX are finally in. The cargo ship that was in the ports finally made it to the bay, and they unloaded everything.
They unloaded all the Amazon packages, so they're all coming in.
That's right. So I think we got parts for the TRX, which we'll probably get to that today as well, if we have time. But there's a lot going on. I know we always want to get more done than we can actually do, but you know what? It's a good way to actually think.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You gotta put a lot on your plate whenever you get started in the morning.
That's right. But anyways, I say we go ahead and just focus on this Jeep for now and try to knock out this whole entire suspension.
Son,
that right there is 100% pure Angus beef stew.
Prime, dude.
Prime. Look how thick these steering bars are. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be perfect for rock bouncing.
But you got that right, dude. If you get hung on a rock, dude, you can just gas it and go right over. I know the stock stuff that's on the floor right there will bend like it ain't nothing, dude.
Easily, but this is so awesome. I can't even believe Rough Country actually started offering stuff like this. They are coming out with a whole entire slew of stuff for the Jeep Wrangler, for all sorts of off-roading machines.
All sorts of trucks and Jeeps, but the TJ is probably my favorite to upgrade, dude.
Definitely, absolutely love it. So first off, we went ahead and completed the whole entire rear end, got everything tucked away over there, that track bar, and up front we had to add a relocation bracket, upgraded that sucker right there, and also we got this adjustable track bar over here, which will adjust everything 100% a little bit later. What we were more focused on is actually the steering kit right here, which before we threw on those bars, we had to throw on this brand new steering gearbox right here. Because,
yes, sir.
Hold on, look at that thing.
Dude,
it was like leaking or something.
Completely shot. These actually go bad quite often with Jeeps, especially if they go a little bit over 100,000 miles, they will go bad and start leaking, but we got a brand new one in there, and I think it should be good to go,
yes,
dude.
Yes, sir. Got that knocked out right there. Everything you had to get like drilled out and also reamed out to make sure that the cone actually goes in there perfectly. So this right here is taking a good bit of time, a lot longer than we expected. I know we were super hyped in the beginning, but that was just a coffee talk.
Hey, you never know, dude. We can just finish it. Hey. We can go to the paint booth if you want to stay, do a little late night, dude.
Hey, I was just talking clean out the side of my neck. But hey, I wouldn't mind, dude. We can pull 8 ones. We always do. But anyways, also in the engine bay right here, we did install some brand new parts. This fan clutch right here, Pops went and picked that up. Also a brand new serpentine belt and also some radiator hoses, because we're getting really close to getting this thing started up and trying to see if it'll go into drive or even if it'll idle. Because from what I remember, it didn't really idle.
Yeah, it didn't idle at all. You just have to be on the throttle, but we're gonna figure it out. As long as it starts up and runs a little bit, I think we'll be all right.
That is right. So I say we go ahead, toss on these front wheels back on, and hopefully some more front end components right here, and hopefully get this sucker started.
So I know y'all just seen this thing move under its own power, and that only means one thing, man. It's a good Jeep, dude.
You got that right there. It might have smoked a little bit, right?
Just a little bit, but you know what? That means it just sat around, didn't put no wear and tear on it. It just needs that gas ran through, and honestly, we'll put some 93 in it, and it'll probably like smoke fire out instead of white stuff,
flames, dude.
It could easily, but dude, it runs, dude. It runs pretty dang good. And also, we put in the cold air intake from Rough Country, and I mean, that's it, man. Obviously, it needs probably like a whole oil change, probably like a transmission flush in this thing and all sorts of stuff, but this is just temporary, dude.
That is temporary, but we did put in all the fluids into it, the coolant, the power steering.
Yep.
The power steering works,
dude,
right?
It works. It turns perfectly. No like weird noises or anything coming out of this thing. I mean, I'm happy, dude. I'm happy with how it's running right now.
Running super smooth. I was surprised. Usually sometimes on these Jeeps, you'll hear a little bit of a tick. I didn't hear not a single tick,
Not
man.
a single one, but you remember that Jasper engine sticker that was on there? Dude, that probably has a new engine in it.
New engine,
dude.
Transmission, transfer case, all that
all
stuff.
That
new
good
axles,
stuff.
man. I'm telling you, it's probably got new seat cushions in it.
We need some new seat cushions.
But also, we just ran this thing without the skid plate.
Well,
dude.
without the skid plate, we totally forgot because we were trying to wait on
excited,
our.
dude.
We were just so excited, and ready to run it, and you know it's hanging low right now. We'll probably throw that in before we do anything else to it, but that's just simple, dude.
It's simple, but imagine what it could do with that skid plate on there, because it was just basically crawling without it.
Dude, with it, man, this thing probably could do that. You know what I mean?
Pop
We'd
wheelies?
probably jump the wheels up, dude.
You know these things can actually like pop a one-wheel wheelie.
I bet these things can drive on 2 wheels really easily.
I don't know about all that right there, but other than that, I think that's all we're gonna do for right now, because the sun is already going down, and we got to make a quick stop by the new garage.
Yeah, new garage, because it's gonna be raining tomorrow. We want to go ahead and make sure all of our top, what do you call those peak cover things?
Peak eaves or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. We got to to make sure they're on there because we don't want the insulation to get wet. But for the most part, it's all covered up nicely. We just got to check up on everything, and then I think we're gonna come back and start tearing this thing apart right here, ready for paint.
Yeah, that's right. We're gonna start wet sanding, or not wet sanding. We just need to mainly take apart all this easy stuff. This is gonna be easy paint job. We're basically just gonna tape up like door handles because it's so easy to do so on this Jeep.
Mainly that's the only thing. Tape up the door handles and tape up the windshield. Other than that, dude, we're gonna be taking this top off, and you can just paint all the way up to there. You can just throw a piece of tape like that, man. Simple as that, dude.
That is right. And the reason why we're going to check up on the shop is because some of that stuff we left loose, and it's been really windy. I think some of it got blown away.
Yeah, it blows away like the top part. So we're gonna run there real quick, make sure everything is nice and secure. Then we're gonna come back, start getting to work. Alrighty guys, so it is the next day here, and we ended up going to the shop and covering a few things up and fixing a few things because it's starting to rain today. And also we came back and just ripped this whole entire thing completely apart, took the fenders off, all the little plastic pieces, tail lights and everything. And this thing is pretty much ready to be wet sanded. All we got left is some decals up there and basically just tape off these door handles, peel this little top off, and I think we'll have this thing sanded down in no time, dude.
Yes, sir. And I think we're gonna knock this out pretty quick because we're not gonna be fixing any of the bodywork, right?
So like this little bodywork right here, we may straighten it out because we're gonna have a corner guard here, a really nice heavy duty one. And on this side over here, I think did they see this little pillar thing that got damaged right here? You know what goes right here, dude?
Light bars.
Light bars. So we're gonna put light bars there. And as for this little damage right here, it's like a little bent right here. We're just gonna put some rock sliders right there, dude.
All the little damages on the body is actually gonna get covered up, and you're not gonna know that stuff ever existed. This Jeep is gonna look really good, dude.
Oh yeah, I mean, after we paint it and throw the epic stuff that we got, the fenders and all that stuff, it's gonna look super epic. So we're super excited. So I say we go ahead and just grab a bucket of water, some sandpaper, unpeel some stuff, tape some stuff off, and start getting this thing wet sanded.
Alrighty guys, so I know you guys have seen this Jeep stretch out on the side of that slope for the very first time. I gotta say that was pretty dang good for all them bolts and nuts being loose under there.
Man, this ain't gonna be no mall crawler, dude.
No, sir, man. It's definitely gonna get a lot more aftermarket stuff, a bunch more aftermarket stuff thrown on it. This is not even half of it.
This is just the first bit of it, dude. That was just a lift kit, dude. We got so much more, dude.
Yep, this thing is definitely gonna get more bumps and bruises and breaks, so don't even worry about what we're doing right now. I think we did break something underneath there, and I think it's the 4x4 linkage when we dropped that skid plate and we tried to drive it, something disattached or broke.
Popped out. So we'll get a aftermarket one that way it's heavy duty, but for the most part, this thing did pretty dang good for two-wheel drive.
Man, that was super awesome, and that wasn't even fully flexed out, man. I can't wait to put this sucker to the test, but that's gonna be a little bit later. But as you guys can tell, we went ahead and wet sanded this whole entire thing. It's basically ready for the paint booth. It's gonna be a super simple paint job. Drop the top as well, and we just ripped that sucker clean off because we're getting a brand new one from Rough Country. Just gonna be a brand new Jeep, basically, dude.
Basically, and the top, all the zippers were locked in place, so we had to kind of rip it off.
That is right. So this is gonna be super easy, like I just mentioned, because like we're just gonna do tape line right there, the front end. These right here are not even getting painted because we're gonna replace those with some flat fender flares.
Flat fender flares.
They're gonna be fat for this Jeep.
Yeah, they're gonna stick out a little bit. It's gonna look really good.
It's gonna look super thick. But anyways, we got two paints right here ready for this Jeep right here. We don't need too much paint, and one paint right here is the original paint, and this paint right here is the Trackhawk paint. We're gonna go ahead and crack open both of them, right, and let you guys decide, or are we just gonna go ahead and get a complete different color? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, the Trackhawk paint is amazing, and I just want to see if we have enough for this Jeep, and it looks like we may have enough, dude. We have like half a gallon there, dude.
That stuff right there is thick, so this is some high quality paint. PPG. This right here is some
just cheaper paint. It's probably the cheapest paint you can get for this thing, but this is the original color. This is the Trackhawk paint right here. As you guys know, the Trackhawk paint always looks amazing, dude, but go ahead and pop that paint open, dude. We want to see what it's all about.
Let's go ahead and show you guys. What y'all think? That looks just like some juice.
It just looks like cranberry juice right there,
pomegranate juice or something. Man,
not much stuff going on there. Let me do side-by-side comparison right here. I mean,
we don't even got to ask you guys.
Dude.
I know what you guys are going to pick. You guys are going to pick that paint right there, dude.
So we might as well spray it. It's really close to this paint color, so I mean, we're not really too worried about spraying it this color because it's basically almost identical, just a lot more pearls in it.
Yeah, I don't even think we're gonna paint any of the jams, or we could paint all the jams.
We could. All we got to take apart is the two doors and the trunk lid, and that's it. So we might as well just do it, dude.
I think we should. I think that's the route we're gonna go, and we're gonna try to get that done today, hopefully. So it's gonna be in the next video. I know this Jeep kind of just came out of nowhere, but you know what? It's kind of what we do. You know what I mean? It's just like,
dude, we always like to throw little curveballs at you guys, dude.
Man, a little pitch right there. But anyways, I think that's gonna be pretty much it for today's video. In the next one, we're definitely gonna throw some more aftermarket paint, or not aftermarket paint,
aftermarket parts on here too, dude.
Aftermarket paint basically gets this whole entire thing painted, throwing a bunch of aftermarket stuff. It's gonna be super epic. We're gonna wheel this thing, then hopefully here soon we can jump onto that TRX build. But that's gonna be all, guys. Definitely make sure your post notifications are on so you don't miss out on anything. And also, if you want an inside scoop before YouTube, definitely give us a follow on Instagram at goonzquad. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Be sure to drop your comments and thoughts down below. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.